Hello, in this video we'll be looking at sets, what is called sets. So sets is a collection of well-defined objects. For instance, you can go to a secondary school. In secondary school you can form a set of students there where you have just one student, just two students, just three students and so on, which becomes the members of that set. So we represent a set with a capital letter. So when you want to write a set, you always use a capital letter. For instance, I can write A. This A can be a set. And how do you represent this A? A is a set. How do you represent it? You use what you call a curly bracket. So a curly bracket is of this form. So use bracket of this form to represent the set. And what you have inside the bracket are what you refer as the members or the elements of the set. And those ones are written with small letters separated by a comma. So the first element here, the element here in this set, you could write A for instance. Now for me to write the second element, I have to put a comma. So I can put a comma and write the other element. If I want to write another element, for instance, I need to put a comma and write C. I have to put a comma, and so on. So this is where we represent a set. So in actual fact, so this is what we refer as now the curly bracket. The terms you have here are what we should refer as the members of the set. The members or elements of the set. And that's what we have. Then we can also look at the ways to list sets or to represent them. So we can represent sets by listing, ways of representing or describing a set. You can describe a set by listing the elements. So you can start by listing. This is another way of. So you can start by listing. So listing, when you are giving all the elements, you are trying to list the elements of the sets. At times you can say it is in tabular form. So we can give an example. If you use F can represent the set of a family. So a family can be a set. So I use my curly bracket again. So if I want to give out all the members of this set, if I have to list them, so it's now using a listing method or a tabular form to describe that set. For instance, here, remember we should have a father. So if I can list, I have a father, I have mother. Then we can also have children, so on. So this could be a set. And what have I done? I have listed them. Like you see now, I'm giving out all the members of the set where possible. We are going to look some example where we may not be able to finish listing the elements of the set. There are some sets you can finish listing them, but the most important thing, at least you're able to list some of them. So there's ones you may not list the elements, the members of the set. You can just describe them. For instance, this is the same example now. We're talking about defining them, defining property, or what we call the set builder, as another way of writing. So an example, in this case now, in this type of describing a set, you are not going to list the elements, the members of the set. But what you will do is to give a rule that will now list the elements of the set. So you define a property that gives you what that set should be. For example, in the same set of family F, so I can write, we put our curly bracket. So what I will write is simply family. So I write family, something of this. So in this one now, this is set builder. I'm not giving the members one by one, but I just defined a property. I say family. And once family is mentioned, you know what should be in the family. The head of the family is there now, the father is there, the mother is there, the children is there. But here I'm not giving it out. I'll just say family. And when I say family, within yourself, you should know the members that should be in a family. So in this case, we are not listing, but we are defining a property, and we call that method a set builder. Maybe we can have another example. Here we're looking at another example. We're using M to represent a set. So if you look at this now, we are having a set here. The elements of this set are 60 degrees set square, I have 45 degrees set square. I have a ruler. I have protractor. I have compasses. I have dividers. So these are the members of this set, capital letter M. Remember, the alphabet that represents a set must be in capital letter. And the members, the things that are inside the chord bracket, are represented with small letters. And each of them are separated by a comma. So if you look at this now, we have used a method of listing to describe this set. And immediately I mentioned 60 degrees set square, 45 degrees set square, the student knows that we are talking about a mathematical set. Then I can use a set builder notation. Supposing I don't want to list the members of this set, I can simply say that M. Now from what I have done, somebody can immediately say, oh, this is mathematical instrument. So I can say, using a set builder, I will now say mathematical instruments. Okay, so I have mathematical instruments. So in this case now, I'm using a set builder. I'm not listing the members of that set, but I'll just use a set builder. So this one is set builder, where you give each of the members as what you call listing. So there are so many ways you can describe a set.